The endless curse. The Okiki compound had never felt emptier, yet never so alive. The wind whispered strange voices, the mango tree swayed though no breeze blew, and the sacred river Idemili shimmered red under the moonlight. Mama Ifeoma had not slept in weeks. Her hair had turned white, her hands trembled, and her eyes darted constantly toward the shadows. Papa Okeki had disappeared months ago, swallowed by the river, or perhaps dragged into the spirit world. No one could say Ngozi had vanished after the Dibia's ritual. For a time, the family dared to hope. But the night was deceptive. It began with the laughter. First, a giggle outside the door. Then, the soft pitter-patter of tiny feet across the roof. By midnight, the walls of the compound seemed to breathe. Shadows twisted into forms of children, all laughing, crying, wailing together. Mama Ifeoma tried to run, but the compound had changed. The mango tree had grown unnaturally large. Its roots clawed through the ground like black serpents. The air smelled of blood and river water. A faint glowing red light emanated from the riverbank. From the darkness, a voice called, "Mother, do you see me?" "I have returned." Mama Ifeoma froze. There, perched beneath the mango tree, was a small figure. Red eyes glowed like coals and a grin stretched unnaturally wide across her face. It was Ngozi, but not her. Something older, darker. Something of the river itself. "I am your grief, I am your blood. I am your children, and yet not. I am Idemili's own." The figure leapt into the compound. The earth trembled. Blood seeped from the walls. The air thickened. Shadows of children swirled around her like smoke, mouths opening and closing in silent screams. Mama Ifeoma fell to her knees, screaming prayers to Idemili, the ancestors, the sun god Enianwu. But the voices grew louder, chanting a language she could not recognize, both beautiful and horrifying. "The cycle never ends, we are always hungry. We return to feed on sorrow, you cannot stop us." Ngozi, or what the villagers now whispered as the ogbanje, raised her small hands and the walls bled. The floor cracked, splitting open to reveal a pit of writhing black worms and river stones. From it, hundreds of faintly glowing childlike forms emerged, circling the compound, whispering threats, crying in anguish. Mama Ifeoma screamed, clawing at her face, praying the spirits would spare her. But she realized the truth. This was not just her daughter. This was every ogbanje her family had ever birthed, every soul claimed by the river goddess over centuries. And now they had returned together, bound to her bloodline forever. "Break the chain if you dare," the voice said. "But know this, Idemili remembers, the river does not forgive. The scar is not on the skin, it is in the blood." Suddenly, the river rose, spilling over its banks. Water as black as night flooded the compound. The ogbanje child stepped into it, and with a scream that split the sky, all the children's forms disappeared into the waves. Only Ngozi remained, smiling as if victorious. The next morning, villagers found the Okiki compound abandoned. Muddy footprints led to the river, but no one remained. The mango tree loomed larger than ever, its trunk twisted into shapes that resembled crying children. Sometimes at night, when the moon hides behind clouds, villagers swear they hear laughter from the riverbank. A single child's voice calls to them, red eyes glowing in the darkness, whispering, "I am your blood, I will return." And the river flows on. The curse has no end. The cycle of the ogbanje continues.